Welcome everybody to another edition of the Hurry Up. I'm your host, Adam. Let's get into it. So I know a lot of people are going to say, Adam, you got your wish. I didn't get my wish. My wish is millions of dollars coming to me. That's my wish. You know what I'm saying? I know that's a fake wish, but that's what I'm saying. You want a wish, you want something for yourself, not just the New York Giants. My prediction may have been right in terms of firing Joe Judge, and there were many factors in the firing of Joe Judge. And what I want to convey out here is this is the right way to do it. The reason why I was saying to fire Judge, because of the millions of reasons there were to fire Judge, was so that you didn't half-ass it. You didn't lose candidates because they didn't know anything about Joe Judge. If you watched NFL Network, they had Peter Schrager say to some of the candidates who are trying to come in or have been reached out to, they said, do you know anything about Joe Judge? Because I don't know anything about Joe Judge. So if you don't know anything about him, and you need to do research, and they're reaching out to other individuals, this tells me you don't necessarily want to have this guy forced upon a GM, because they're not going to be in line if they don't work out. And for whatever reason, you're wasting that year. You don't want to do that, and you shouldn't put that GM in that position to do that. Then he has to fire that particular coach, or he might be fired himself depending on how things go. And I think that's a big risk for some people to take. The Giants are finally doing it the right way. Now, will they hire the right candidates to get this job done? That remains to be seen. Will it work out? That remains to be seen. There are some things I want to address now, though, that have been brought up. The expectation level of the team is not playoffs next year. So if you're thinking that they need to come in here and go in the playoffs, that is not what's going to be the expectation level of John Mara. He's probably going to want to just see this team progress in the right direction, which, he even said it himself in the statement. It looked like this team wasn't progressing in the right direction, hence why they decided to make the move. All right, so this is more than just firing Joe Judge. It was a lot of things that happened throughout Joe Judge's short tenure here. He did rub some elbows and rub people the wrong way. You're not always supposed to like your boss, but, I think a few of the things that happened, down the stretch, and then you could see the body language of some players that, they weren't always happy about things. So we're not going to kick him while he's down. Joe Judge, more power to you. God bless you on your next endeavor. This wasn't the right fit for you. Now, like I said, the Giants can do this right. They're looking at a lot of candidates from a lot of teams that are winning, or that have built a winning organization. I'm not going to use the C word. Have built a winning organization, and this will allow them to get the best prospects they can possibly get because of this move. And so this is what, if you're a Giant fan, you're happy to see, and you should be excited because, again, they're doing it not half-assed. They sat there, whether it was the fan base, yelling for it, clamoring for it, whatever the case may be. John Mara and Steve Tisch came to their senses and were like, listen, we're going to lose out on good candidates who are going to want to come here to force Joe Judge on them. So they just swept it, and I'm sure this is going to be a 3-year process at the very least. So 3 years, yes. People have said, Adam, you're going to be mad about it if it's crappy. Everyone's going to be mad about it if it's crappy. Not just me. Not just me. We are content creators, so we're going to comment or give opinions or thoughts on things that we're seeing going on with the franchise. So if, yes, the next guy comes in, Brian Daboll, and he stinks up the joint, you best believe we're going to say he stinks, or the call that he made stinks, So before we get into it, know that they're going to try to build through the draft. Know that they're going to give the GM and the coach, whomever that may be, and there's a lot of candidates out there, full autonomy to build the roster the way they want to build it. And I think it's a smart way of doing the rebuild. Whether you like Joe Judge, whether you thought he got the raw deal, is irrelevant right now, because you want things to be uniform going forward. And I believe there won't be a firing 2 years from now, regardless of what the record is. They're going to let this team roll out. Now, I feel like if Joe Judge, the team played a little better down the stretch, won a few games, and fell into 6 wins, even with the crappiness that went on, it would be safe to say that they would have brought him back and got rid of Gettleman and just ran it back with Joe Judge. But I think the long 11-minute rant to the question, I think, the stuff that's surfacing now, getting into a fight with your, O-line coach, having so many little dramatic things happen throughout his tenure, and the 3rd and 9 being called a clown show and being laughed at for the league. John Mara doesn't like that stuff. He believes in the NY. He believes in the prestige of the organization. And this is the reason why I do believe he was just like, I'm fed up with it. Let's start over. And I agree with this decision. I think it's the best way to go if you're trying to build a franchise is let them all come in together. This has been another edition of the Hurry Up People. This is going to be an exciting off season. So if you're ready to get in the nitty gritty, see what happens in the next few weeks, and we'll go from there. I hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed this quick update. Joe Judge gone. Giants are headed in a new direction. Let's get it started.